Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guide 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Steelbook edition of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. It's here, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Disney. It can be found as a standard slipcover edition available at your local and online retailers, a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook, and a Walmart exclusive 4K. Now, as far as the film itself, let's just say I really didn't like it. I'll be completely upfront and honest. I saw it in the actual theater, IMAX no less, and I didn't care for it. I am a huge Indiana Jones fan. I mean, the original trilogy to me is near perfection as far as adventure films. I mean, Harrison Ford is iconic in the role, and of course the various side characters and Steven Spielberg directing. I mean, great stuff, great stuff. And then fast forward to Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Not so much felt like the original trilogy, but still had a little bit more feel than what we got here in Dial of Destiny. The thing about Dial of Destiny is if you break the whole plot down to its basic outline, it has all the elements of a good Indiana Jones movie. But when you insert the quote-unquote modern writing, that to me is where you completely lose me as a viewer. I'm kind of getting a little tired of legacy characters getting treated, like the whole breakdown and, subvert expectations trope. It's getting a little tiring. I mean, they did it to Harrison Ford as Han Solo in The Force Awakens. And why they have to do that with Indy. I understand they do explain it a little bit in the plot, but I didn't feel very satisfied with how they handled it. And some of the characters, of course, you have Mads Mikkelsen, who I'm a big fan of as an actor. I felt his villain was a little bland. And I'm not a fan of Phoebe Waller-Bridge. She just is very smug to me. It's just, a preference thing. But really, with James Mangold directing also, I thought this was going to be so good. It just didn't work for me. That's just one of those things that I didn't really enjoy it at the end of the day. I will not be adding this to my collection. My copy here is a loan from a friend of mine who lives locally. But, it's just, I think for me, Dial of Destiny just didn't work. It's just one of those things. But you know what? There's plenty of other films out there to enjoy, but this one just for me is not going to be added to the collection. All right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment. But first, let's do a quick unboxing of the Steelbook. Okay, we have the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook edition of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. The artwork is fine, but if this had been a real hat, whip, and dial, this could have been a legendary looking cover. But as it is, it's just fine. And then we have the back and the spine. And normally Disney does a good job. They put artwork on the discs and the interior of the case. It's not the image I would have used for the interior of the case, but it is what it is. But overall, the Steelbook's fine. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 239:1 aspect ratio, finished at a 4K digital intermediate, and graded with HDR10. Now, misgivings of the film aside, the visual presentation makes for a stellar-looking 4K. Housed completely on a 100GB disc, bit rates typically hover around the 60s, sometimes a little higher. The image is exceptionally clean, though it looks as if some manipulation in the form of digital grain was attempted to try to match the aesthetic of the previous indie movies, which were of course shot on film. The 4K DI gives splendid definition to every bit of detail. Even the de-aged Indy in the first act, while not perfect, does hold up to scrutiny. Real elements at times show exceptional textures, though I found some of the CG to be a tad obvious. The film is at its best when practical set pieces and locations are used, and those often produce breathtaking results. Sporting an HDR-only graded transfer, color reproduction is visually striking. The film's palette skews towards the warm side, and the variety of earthy tones during the adventure show off boldly. Bursts of color, from the era-specific clothing to the colorful confetti used during the parade sequence, give off a nice bit of flourish. As for black levels, everything checks off across the board. Dark interiors, night scenes, and shadowy caves show appropriate deepness. There was no crushing witness during my viewing. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a Dolby Atmos audio mix. With this being a Disney-infused Atmos track, you have to sort of manage your expectations with what to expect, but I found the mix to be rather lively and a good use of the soundstage in general. Action scenes are in high form as a plentiful array of audio cues populate the environment. The opening scenes of a younger Indy, the aforementioned sequence with the parade, and the rather bombastic final 20 minutes give plenty for the viewer to soak in, from an audible sense that is. High channels are frequently employed with entertaining effects and is not so surprisingly consistent throughout the runtime. The surround output from the mid-level and rears are just as lively, which further pull you into the action. Ambience and atmospheric effects are just as prominent during the quieter moments, which further add to the overall immersion. Dialogue reproduction is clean, even during the heavier action scenes. The fronts also do a solid effort with their respective output. As for the LFE, it's fine with a satisfactory delivery. I wouldn't put it up as one of the all-time heavy hitters in the low-end department, but when called for, it certainly adds impacts to in-film moments that require some presence. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A. Visually, this will make fans of the film very happy with their purchase. The image is clean, and a satisfying boost to the color palette with HDR really brings things to life. This is a fine-looking 4K. For the audio mix, I'm going to score this one an A-. The film's entertaining audio cues feel right at home with a more than satisfying Dolby Atmos track. Action scenes have fun dynamics, and even quieter moments have their time to shine. Audiophiles will enjoy the experience from start to finish. So that is my review of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave an Amazon, a Best Buy, and a Walmart link in the comments section. If you use the Amazon link, it really does help out the channel. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.